Hey everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, we are going to talk about the foolery that is Tati Westbrook, Shane Dawson, and the whole Jeffree Star foolery. And yeah, I just want to go over a few things. Please ignore this makeup look. I was doing a look for Instagram. There's no tutorial coming out for this unless you guys want it. I mean, who's really gonna rock something like this? This is just for IG. So if you're interested in getting my thoughts and opinion on what I thought about the Tati video, by all means, stay tuned. But before you get all cozy, there is a subscribe button that's located over here. Alongside of it is the notification bell. You want to make sure that you click both so then you don't miss another video from your girl. Okay? Go ahead. Click it. Welcome to my channel. There is a subscribe button that's located right here. Alongside of it is a notification bell. Stay tuned. This 40-minute video was a bit much for me. There was a lot of information, but not enough. And it was just too much to handle, and I have a lot of questions. I just want to let you guys know off the top, I am going to be not so much critical, but I'm not the most sensitive person in the world. So please don't be mad at me on how I respond to it, because I don't even know if my opinion is unpopular, but I just thought there was just a lot of emotion. I didn't understand why. I get that this is a touchy subject for her. I know that it could be a little bit scary for her. But in my mind, I'm thinking that if you're ready to come out with a video to talk about the foolery that it is, that's going on in the beauty community, that you want to kind of stand firm and say what you got to say without it coming off as if you're a victim. So let's just talk about it. So I guess I should sum up, because I don't really sum up well as far as who's who. I know there's probably people on my channel that are not familiar with these people that I speak of. So Tati Westbrook is a beauty guru. She has her beauty channel here called Glam Life Guru. Is it, or is it just Tati? I don't know, but she is a YouTuber here, beauty related channel that has been up here for up to years. And she got a beef going on with Shane Dawson. Shane Dawson is I don't know, he's another YouTuber. All these people are YouTubers, been here for a while, gotten themselves into trouble. I don't know how else to sum it up. They had some issues last year. Now they're kind of like rehashing it up again this year, and we're here. I don't know. I will put their faces up here somewhere for those who don't know who these people are. And Shane Dawson has definitely been out in the media as of late. Like, he's everywhere. So if you want to look these people up, you can. Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star, and Tati Westbrook. Just even starting off in the video, there was some crying. I'm just like, yo, we're just starting. Like, why are you about to break out into tears? And I know that she's scared, she's nervous or whatever. I must say, she did look good. She did look a little frail, and she does talk about how she has lost some weight throughout this whole process because it has caused some stress. But she did look a little frail, but she looked good overall. Good to see her alive. But the fear of all of this has definitely appeared like it has consumed her. But also, too, with her tearing up and how it comes off as her being scared, I just feel like it's also staged. So you have like this nice serene setting with the halo background looking like the Virgin Mary. You also had a peace t-shirt on. Like, it's like you came to produce a video. Like, you had all your elements to kind of make it seem like you're coming in peace. I mean, it just looked a little staged. She made a statement I had to look down and read. She said that she was terrified of social media and speaking out against the people that used, coerced, and manipulated her to upload her Bye Sister video. See, this is where it gets a little confusing to me, because in spite of who Jeffree Star is, who Shane Dawson is, it's like, did these people have that much power over you to make you put out a video? I have a lot of notes, but as I think about it, I'm just like, Tati really came off like the victim, as if she didn't play a huge part into why James Charles went through what he went through. Like, because even if, okay, let me rewind. Even if Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star planted the seed and started saying negative things about James, that still shouldn't have moved her enough to do what she did. And it just came across as if she didn't go too much into detail about where she played a role. It was more so, these men said this, I felt manipulated, I felt used, I felt, like they just took complete advantage of her. Not saying they didn't, I believe, because both parties appear to have the personality to manipulate, especially Jeffree. But don't know these people from a can of paint. But I just didn't feel like Tati took enough ownership for what took place. So you said that you felt the need to come out and apologize to James Charles publicly. You also stated that you had apologized to him privately. You guys had a conversation, and all is good. You guys had a moment where you shared, notes, text messages, whatever the case was, to kind of compare the foolery that you all are going through. But what kills me is that I don't really know why an apology was necessary, and this is why. Based on your storytelling in your first video, you had mentioned that James was at your birthday party, at the dinner. He was being inappropriate. He was embarrassing you. He was, lack of a better phrase, like I'm just paraphrasing everything, that he was just doing the most. And at that time, you just knew that something was up with him, and he said some things to the waiter that was kind of sketchy. If he did that in your presence and it bothered you, one, I don't see why you came out saying that to begin with, but why would you be apologizing for it now? You also insinuated some other stuff, but apparently you stated that, those insinuations or whatever you were trying to say in your Bye Sister video was just based on everything Shane and Jeffree said to you. Then it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. If he has done things in front of you, right? Because I'm pretty sure I remember this video good enough to know that you stated he did things in your presence that was disturbing to you, and how he conducted himself at dinner. And, he said some ill stuff to you at dinner. So why are we apologizing, or why are we retracting what you said? Like, I don't understand. Why are we taking it back? So I'm confused, because I just feel like it's not just Shane and Jeffree feeding you information. Because I just feel like you're sitting here putting yourself in a position to where you look like the damsel in distress. And I don't understand why you're doing that. None of us know the missing pieces to this story. But most of us remember that Bye Sister video like it was yesterday. And it just came across as if, not even came across, I know that you stated James did some things in front of you that were questionable, and which was prompting you to come out to say, hey, this kid needs to slow down. So I know that you had mentioned that you was also concerned about, he was feeling entitled. He was basically he was getting a big head. Ego was starting to get a little, bigger than his britches or whatever. And you just felt the need to kind of check him, make sure he put his phone down, to kind of humble himself. And I don't understand why that was your position. And again, I don't know where you and Shane are getting this idea how to humble people. And I know that you said that you were his mentor. But what mentor will come out publicly to kind of humiliate a person just to kind of put them in their place? I'm just not buying that Shane and Jeffree had that much weight made you do that. I don't think they were that convincing. You were hell bent that this young man went out and promoted some other hair gummy bear thing, and it had you vexed. Point blank, period. I just feel like this video here was unnecessary because it didn't say anything that we already didn't know. what Jeffrey does on his spare time that has everybody shook. But apparently he's a whole mob dude because everybody shook and don't know how to conduct themselves with just the sound of his name. No mentor, no friend, regardless of whatever the situation is, would be moved enough to come on camera to talk about their friend's shortcomings. And if their friend is actually committing a crime, I still don't see how going in front of the camera would have been it. I just don't understand how this whole thing is just going about with either party. You have Shane over here that's literally losing everything. Jeffrey is gone somewhere, not paying this dude no mind. I mean, maybe he's calling him up to make sure that he's still sane, but he was so vocal in other situations, and this dude is literally losing everything, and Jeffrey has nothing to say. Now, it could be because Tati then came out here and started spilling the beans on everybody that he has been advised not to say anything and to keep it cool. But it just looks ridiculous. Like, at least he could at least ask his lawyer, if lawyers are even in the picture, to be like, hey, let me just put out a tweet because my normal behavior would be to say something. And for me not to say anything, it just looks like I'm being dismissive and I'm not really caring about what my friend is actually going through, if he's even Shane's friend. You know what I mean? I don't know. So Tati, when you brought up Jeffrey and it appeared that he was your personal project, you wanted to mold him to be a better person. So what would make you want to do that? You said that you thought that you could change him. You can change him to become a what was the word you used? A role model. So why wasn't he fit to be a role model just the way he is? What did you see? What kind of person has he shown you to make you feel that it's necessary for you to change him? You and Shane Dawson are attracted to people, or at least you're putting out there that you guys are attracted to people who have problems, who has issues, I guess apparently like the both of you, and you want to mold them, fix them, and make them better. So how old is Jeffrey? And why aren't you guys recommending therapists to one another? Because it is clear that neither one of you have the skill to make people better or to fix them. But no, at this point, I don't know what people are waiting for everyone else to say out loud that Jeffrey has problems. Both of his friends clearly just came out to say, hey, Shane said it first, I just, my friends, they may have issues, may be broken. I just want to make them better. I want to do X, Y, and Z. Tati just said, I was just hoping to turn him into a role model and to, make him into a better person by exposing him to charities and doing all this other stuff that man is not built to do. So what else do we as the public need to see? Both of his friends just clearly said, this dude got issues and we've been trying to fix him. He just can't get right. When you brought up Jackie Aina, I think that's the only part of the video that I was like, what? I knew that you guys had cleared stuff up a while ago because Jackie Aina did do a review on Tati Beauty, and I think that she reviewed the sponges or the pads or whatever those things are, and I really can't say whether or not she used the eyeshadow palette, but I know the foundation things she did use, and she did mention briefly that you guys had rectified your issues with one another, and she didn't go into detail, but all was good. I don't care if they demonetize Shane's videos. They're still coming up in recommendations, at least for me. So it's like you're still pushing this dude's videos through the algorithm, and yet there's Black content creators, not even just Black content creators, but just good pure beauty content creators that don't get pushed through the algorithm because YouTube wants to consistently push through the people who are causing a lot of havoc. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. So then when you started talking about Jackie, it did make me tear up, because I'm like, yo, there's a lot of content creators, especially Black ones, because that's the category that I'm in, don't get pushed through because we want to constantly give these clowns attention and they're causing the most havoc. Like, that's crazy to me. I'm glad that you guys got it straight. I'm glad that that was an eye opener for you. And if Jackie forgave, then none of us can really have a say so on how you handled that. But I'm side eyeing you still in that situation because I just feel like it's so convenient now to apologize due to the climate that we're in. And of course, in comparison to your counterparts over here who are dealing with racial stuff, you don't want to be that person to have that, that negativity on your back too. Like, I don't know, it's too convenient, at least for me, in my opinion. But if Jackie's cool with it, so am I. So you said that Jeffrey has a lot of information on other beauty content creators or just content creators and companies that he's, dangling over their heads or using as blackmail per the words you used. So if you knew all this stuff about Jeffrey and how bad of a person he is, how did you manage to skip over him and talk about James? So whenever Jeffrey decides to come out with this incriminating information about everybody, Tati's asking us to kind of, have an open mind and to forgive and all that good jazz, right? I've already made it clear. I don't hold grudges against anybody. I kind of keep it pushing. But if there is a slew of people out here doing the most, and there was a comment that you stated, if I don't want to misquote, but that Jeffrey kind of made people say something that they normally wouldn't say. What was that? The N word? Like, again, who has that much power to make anybody do anything? And does anyone have enough power to withdraw themselves from a situation to not deal with Jeffrey? Like, seriously. When can you take responsibility? Can anyone else take responsibility for the things that come out their mouths versus cast the blame on him? Seriously. And this is to everybody. This is just a general question. Why, when we think of the beauty community, we only, well, not we, because not I don't, but the good majority or YouTube itself, when we think of the beauty community, it is only James Charles, Jeffree Star, Tati are like the top three. I feel like I'm missing somebody else that should be in the midst of all that. There's a lot of talent out here that's being overlooked because we're so focused on these few that are not doing nothing but backbiting and are just sitting on the pedestal stroking their own egos. Why are we giving them that much time? And truth be told, we're sitting here talking about Tati now because her feelings are still hurt that her boy didn't promote her vitamins, promoted someone else's vitamins, and then felt like someone else, convinced her to just backstab him and make him look foolish in public. Like, these are children's games. Like, how do we do better? Like, let me know down in the comment section because this is a legitimate question. How, as a community, for those who are into beauty, how do we move on and how do we make it better? Because we have to stop looking at these clowns to fix it. Like, how long are we going to continuously talk about these people just because of the issues? We're not talking about their makeup. We're not talking about how fly either one of them are. We're talking about how horrible they are and what they've been doing to get to the top and how we overlooked their madness while they got to the top. Nothing is beauty related. Does anybody see anything wrong with that? YouTube. When you mentioned that Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson were jealous of James Charles, like, we all kind of knew that last year. But what kills me is, again, what kind of mentor, what kind of friend are you to continuously listen to people talk about someone you're mentoring or someone you have befriended and say that you have so much love for him that you allowed these two dudes to talk madness about him and then you don't intervene? You take it all in and then you don't say anything? I wish somebody would talk about my best friends in front of me, and then for me not to open up my mouth and say anything. Like, where's the loyalty? How do you manage? Like, how do you handle your real friendships? because clearly all this was just a business transaction that kind of just went wrong. Y'all clinged on to each other to promote each other's businesses, products whenever it came out. But there wasn't a true friend in sight because y'all just talked about each other. And now here we are. All your dirty laundry's out in the open for all of us to see. This is pure tea greed at its finest. Like, it's crazy. So, how do you guys feel about Jeffree Star being part owner, investor in Morphe? For me, I'm not going to sit here in front. I really, really, really like Morphe. But what I'm not going to do is continue to support Morphe knowing that every time I make a purchase, Jeffree Star benefits from it. It's one thing to have his products in Morphe stores. I can just walk past them, not pay them any mind. But if I purchase something, my brushes or whatever the case is, I'll use code EDGES. That's Jackie's code. And I don't even think she has a code anymore according to what I've either heard on different videos or on Twitter or whatever. But I will use her code. That means that he benefits off of her. And like, I just don't like it. So Morphe, I don't even know why they decided to get into bed with him. Like, why do that? You know that this dude is problematic. But when I found out that this dude was doing the most and how he would speak to just people, period, not even people so much, how he would speak to women as if he's not a whole man over there. I don't care how much makeup he puts on. He is a man. He identifies as a man, and he has no business disrespecting women the way he does, disrespecting anyone the way he does. But yet he's allowed to walk around here untouched, unbothered, making millions. Meanwhile, you look at someone the wrong way, they get cut off quickly. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. And there's more and more people that are coming out to say that he's this, he's that, he's very problematic, but yet no one is moving. He has his own website. He doesn't really need you to partner up with him. Yeah, man. I mean, it broke my heart when I found out, like, instantly broke my heart. I was like, hold on, he's what? Part owner? Nah. And there's a lot of people who have discount codes that really got their money from Morphe. And if they have enough sense, they will sit here and, discontinue their relationship with Morphe until they do something about Jeffree. If Shane is losing it all, I don't even think it's about his racist behavior. I think it's more about the children stuff than anything. But also, too, you have seen Jeffree on camera violating people's personal space. Let's not overlook that. We've all seen that. And he was an adult. So why are we overlooking his foolery? But yeah, no, Morphe. It hurts me. It hurts me to my heart. Well, I stopped promoting you guys, period, after I found out how many black people you guys have working for you. So this is the statement that kind of did it for me, to where it went from, all right, Tati, relax with the crying. I hear you, girl, but let's get through this, to where it was like, oh, I really know that this is truly about you and your business and how this is affecting you when she made this statement here. She has heard that Morphe is now coming out with their own gummy vitamin hair skin line or whatever the case is. And her and her attorneys, they could do some investigating, getting to the bottom of it. These Halo Beauty vitamins truly mean a whole lot to her. And this is how I know that all of this is truly behind these vitamins. Why do you care if Morphe comes out with their own line of hair skin vitamins? You are not the creator of vitamins. Why is it that it bothers you? Is it the fact that you had friends that didn't tell you they were coming out with their own hair, skin vitamins? Like, who? You're competing with just the vitamin shop, Tati. Like, who cares? Either you're going to have people who are going to rock with you and support Halo Beauty, or you're just not going to. But the fact that when you made that statement, it just came off as if you were the only person in life who can have vitamins for your hair and your skin. That's how it came off to me. So, like, everything that you said prior to that statement was like null and void, because you're still hell bent over those vitamins. Did anyone else notice that? Because you made a statement earlier that it wasn't about the vitamins, it just wasn't about that. It was about, da 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 da. But then here we are, right back at the vitamin thing towards the end of the video. So which one is it? Are you still butthurt? Did you lose a lot of money when you did the whole Bye Sister thing? Like, why are we still hung up on that? I think that we'll get the full story once Jeffree comes out and says his piece, or once Shane decides he wants to come out and say something else, because he was about to. He was getting real amped on the IG live as far as how he felt about what Tati was saying in her video. But we're not gonna know nothing for real until everybody just kind of gets over their egos and kind of spills it. Or even James Charles, if he comes out with a video and say, hey, this is my story, this is what happened, da 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 da, this is how Shane is, this is how Jeffree is. At this point, I don't know what questions need to be answered, right? I don't know what people want to see from these folks. Like, if we are so pressed about how this beauty community is turning out, we need to restore it. Let them figure out what it is they're going to do, because they're all in a heap of trouble. Things are going to come out to where they might, because Shane is losing subscribers, Jeffree's losing subscribers, but truth be told, you losing subscribers really doesn't mean anything. If you keep watching their content, at least for Jeffree and Tati, if you keep watching their content, they're going to keep making money. Subscribers are not what pays you. It's the watch time. We all know this. These people, in my opinion, are not going to lose too much of nothing. I believe that Shane is going to get his channels monetized again, because lawyers are going to have to get involved. They are. They're gonna pick everything apart to where they're going to find it okay for him to continue to be on this platform. But it's still up to us to not give these problematic people watch time. Tati, as much as I would like to believe everything that you said, your story has a lot of holes in it for me. For me, it still comes off as if you are very angry behind those pills, and it doesn't come off as sincere. I feel like you came out because you were probably pressured from the public to come out and say something, to make a statement about everything that has gone on. When it comes down to James Charles, I feel like, in my opinion, I don't really feel like there's anything out there on him, because this is why. It started with Tati saying what she witnessed, to now saying that it's all good. If the dude is bad, regardless of what happened with whomever it happened with, your story would be consistent. You really still wouldn't have anything to say to James, because he's still in the wrong. He still has done things that he shouldn't have done. So regardless of where you are with it, you still shouldn't be okay with it. You know what I mean? But it appeared that Tati was okay with bad behavior until her feelings got hurt. So we can't look at her as if she's an innocent party in this whole situation, because she's not. She's mad about those pills, vexed about those pills. People talk about Tati's age, which bothers me, because her being over 35 or whatever is not that big of a deal. And it keeps being brought up. Are you too old? You too old? Everybody's too old in this situation to be doing the most. The only person who I can give some leeway to was James, because at the time of all this foolery, he was how old? 19, 20? That young man has a lot of learning to do. Meanwhile, the rest of you are in your 30s, not just her, everybody in that situation. So how y'all just coming for her because because of her age? That offended me. That offended me. Excuse you. We all just need to uplift people who are really doing something, who are really about the beauty community and are really trying to create looks, talk about makeup, just consume themselves with beauty. Because these clowns over here are doing the complete opposite of what is considered beautiful. So I decided, and I have reached out to a few people that I want to uplift on my channel, but I decided to create a series. I don't know what to call it just yet, but to pick a content creator that I'm feeling for the month. I can't do it every week because I don't even know how my schedule is going to be, but to pick a creator every month and to display their artistry, try to recreate their look, and also broadcast whatever affiliate codes that they have to give them some support, because we have to start somewhere. And if you guys know of any content creators that are not well known that do great work, please drop their link down in my comment section so I can check out their YouTube channel or their IG page, because I would love to display them on my channel. I know that I'm not very big, my channel's not very big, but at least I can expose greatness to the 3,700 people I do have on my channel. Yeah, I'm kind of over these people. I will say, if Jeffrey comes out with anything that moves me, I'm going to come back to talk to you guys about it. But I just feel like we're giving these people a lot of energy that they are not worthy of. Shane, he shot himself in the foot. So it's like, how can you be mad? You did it to yourself. You felt the need to serve someone humble pie and it got served right back to you. You have Tati who came out wanting to kind of just clear the air. So now people are looking at you because now we think that you're sketchy because there's holes in your story. And it's just like, oh, all of our times are wasted. But anyway, if you guys like this video and my commentary, please give it a thumbs up. Before you go, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss another video. If you want to check your girl out on social media, you can find me on everything Talia's Eye Candy. I'm on Instagram, Snapchat sometimes, and on Twitter. And I will catch you all in the next. Which way? One. Bye.
Es que yo estoy buena, es que yo estoy dura. Yo sé que tú me quieres dar toda la noche entera. Cuando muevo la cadera, yo sé que te desespera. Pero con esta negra no hay quien pueda. Come on, then.